Hey y'all, welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and we're here to talk about my TBR for Novellathon Part 3, the Spooky Edition. So if you're not familiar with Novellathon, it is a week-long read-along that is hosted by four ladies over on BookTube. So you've got Tiffany from @TiffTalksPages, you have Samantha from Books with Samantha, you've got Avery from Ava's Romance Books, and you've got Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings. Now, these four ladies have been hosting a Novellathon for each quarter. This Novellathon is going to be running from Monday, October 16th through the 22nd, and it has some great prompts that go along with it. So I'll be reading off what I plan on reading for each one of the prompts. The goal is to get a blackout bingo board, and if you are able to do so, you may just win a prize from one of the four ladies. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right on into the prompts for the spooky edition, and I'll talk about what I'll be reading. So the first prompt is going to be a retelling, which fits perfectly for the group book. So I will be picking up the group book That Is Hollow by C.M. Nakasta. This is a Sleepy Hollow retelling. So you've got Ichabod Crane, and there's actually two different stories. So one is with Ichabod Crane and his wife, Contrita. I love Sleepy Hollow, specifically the Fox TV edition. I'll put an image of that on the screen. This is what really intrigued me about reading Sleepy Hollow retellings. I'm a very big fan of that TV show. I probably will go back and figure out a way to watch it during the week. But again, they have a retelling for Katrina and Ichabod, and there's also a retelling that is an MMM romance. So if you need to fulfill the LGBTQ prompt, Hollow can serve for that prompt as well. But that is what I will be picking up for the retelling. Now, in relation to the LGBTQ prompts, I plan on picking up Soren by, I believe it's Gray Bryan. This is a vampire romance. This is also male-male. This could also serve simultaneously for the vampire trope, but instead of reading it for vampire, I will be reading it for LGBTQ. It is one that I already have on my Kindle. I had it for one of the Stuff Your Kindle days, so I want to not only be reading books that I own physically, but I also want to get down the books that I have from my Stuff Your Kindle day, so that is definitely one I'll be picking up for the LGBTQ prompt. But for the vampire prompt, what I plan on picking up is A Heart for Valentine's Day by Lexi Esme. I met Lexi Esme at Steamy LitCon. Unfortunately, she had already sold out of this book by the time I went and met her. So I was like, let me just go ahead and pick it up. It is on Kindle Unlimited. Although this is during the Halloween season, the book is set in a Valentine's Day theme. So I will just be swapping it out and using it for the vampire trope. But of course, this is for me about romance, so I think you can find romance in any season, not just Valentine's Day. And what's wrong with shaking it up and just celebrating all of the holidays at one particular time? So that is what I will be picking up for a vampire trope. But you've got another trope that is cozy vibes, and for cozy vibes, I will be picking up Holding Back the Years by Keisha Thompson. This is super cute. So while it is also spooky season, we also want to make sure that we are also celebrating fall. So for those that may not be into darker themes or Halloween themes, know that these prompts also serve for autumnal or fall vibes. And so I'll be picking up Holding Back the Years to give me a little bit more of a balanced reading. Again, I'll have some dark topics, but I also want to make sure that I'm picking up something what I would think is light and fluffy. This is a romance where the female main character is going back to her hometown to live with her parents. She is also spending time with her grandparents, trying to figure out who she is. She runs into the main male character. They have some difficult situations because he is also making sure that his mother stays out of a nursing home. So this centers some heavier topics, but it definitely gives cozy autumnal vibes. Look at the clothing. I'm hoping that I love this. I read something from Keisha earlier this year and gave it 5 stars. So I'm hoping this will also be a banger for me. Now, there is a shifter romance prompt that I could not think of a better book to put on my list other than That Time I Got Drunk and Save a Human. This is the very much awaited romance between our shifter main male character. I believe his name is Dante. That is his name. This is the much awaited romance between Dante and Cinnamon's sister, who has been missing for quite some time. I'm assuming that Dante finds her and stumbles up and he's like, okay, this is my mate. This is who I've been waiting for. Let me bring her back to civilization and let me claim her. So this will be my choice for my shifter romance. The next thing I'll do is talk about a BIPOC author book. That is one of the prompts to read and support a BIPOC author. So for that, I am picking up Sweet Vengeance. This is the romance between, I believe, a human who summons a demon, and the demon feeds on revenge, and she is out for vengeance because of something that was done to her. I think it's a little bit triggering because I believe it is centering sexual assault by a former lover. So she summons this demon and he's doing everything in his power to get revenge on her behalf, and in that they fall in love. So I cannot wait to pick this up. I've heard so many great things about it. Again, I hear that it is a little bit heavy, so I want to balance that out with my next choice that has a autumnal or it has fall colors, and I'm thinking I'm going to pick up Open Water by Kayla Azuma Nelson. This has been on my TBR since last year's Novellathon that they hosted, and I think there's no better time for me to pick it up than now. This is, I believe, a contemporary romance that is centered in the UK between two Black main characters who were falling in love with each other, but it was never the right time. So this is definitely giving me those fall vibes, and I can't wait to pick it up. I've heard amazing things about this, and I know Caleb just came out with their second novella that has come out. So if I get a chance, I may just continue reading, but this is definitely going to fit the vibes of fall colors. Now, in relation to a favorite drink, I probably, depending on when I will read it, I will either drink a caramel latte, or I'll have a glass of wine, or if I'm feeling frisky, I'm gonna go with whiskey and cranberry. But whatever the drink choice is, I know that I will be reading Nicola Fall's We Only Just Begun. For my first Novellathon with the ladies, I did pick up 2 Nicole Falls and got a really good taste for her novellas, and decided why not keep on with the trend and make sure I pick up another novella for her in this Novellathon. Now, there is a prompt for disability representation. So for that, I am picking up Mute, and I believe it's by M.L. Nystrom. I also was able to get this on Stuff Your Kindle Day. So I figured what better time than to knock some books off of my, again, unread Kindle list, because I think right now I'm sitting at 600 books that I need to read that I've downloaded and stuffed my Kindle over years and years of accumulating. So I definitely will be picking up Mute to fall for my disability rep trope. As far as witches, I am picking up Solstice Dream by Alexis Daria. This is a romance between a witch who has been pretending that she was a witch in terms of doing tarot readings and doing the things that are very catchy, that no one necessarily believes that she is a witch. And she finds her significant other, and she really, struggles to determine whether or not she is going to fall into her pathway and lead into her destiny. So I will be picking up Solstice Dreams by Alexis Daria. Ghost is another prompt. So for the prompt of Ghost, I have 2 options. I'll either be picking up Phantasm by J.L. Campbell. I believe this is a story where a little bit heavier, the female main character, her husband has tragically passed in a car accident, and he is haunting her. And this gentleman that catches her eye and notices her, notices that something is going on with her, and she seems deathly afraid of this spirit or this being, and he wants to make sure that he can be the one to save her from herself or from her ex-husband, and it is their romance. So that is one option. Or I can pick up Four Psychos if I'm feeling like I need a why choose romance between a ghost and her four companions. And then lastly, there is the prompt of demon, and for that I will be picking up Feed by Aveda Weiss. This is a incubus or succubus romance in which they are co-workers. The succubus needs to feed, and she uses a dating app, and in that dating app her co-worker comes to the door. They've never really gotten along, but this is their romance, and I believe it's enemies to lovers. So that is all of the prompts for Spooky Edition Novellathon. Again, it's running from October 16th to the 22nd. In the comments below, let me know if you will be participating, and if you are, what books you'll be planning to read. Again, the group book is Hollow by Sam Nacosta. So if anything and you want to any of these recommendations, please feel free to use them or find your own. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.